Salem, we spoke about it yesterday. We spoke about how Aston Villa are absolutely on fire this season as well. You lost your home record recently to Chelsea and to Manchester
Mm,
United. You're not appeared on the podcast in a while, but I'm going to get you talking about two different players from your side. One of them will
yeah.
be a very positive light in Ollie Watkins because we've not heard about Ollie Watkins in a while personally because in Europe's top five leagues, Harry Kane's 30 goal contributions, Kylian Mbappe 25 goal contributions, Mohamed Salah 24 goal contributions. Then who's fourth? It's not Haaland. It's not Emi Martinez. It's Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins is in the top five of goal contributions across European football, which is unbelievable to see the work that he's been putting in with Unai Emery. The fact is now the main man at Aston Villa, definitely second choice striker for England at the Euros because you can get rid of Tony, you can get rid of Dominic Solanke, Nketiah, sorry Matthew as well, but he is going to be a mainstay for England for years to come, in my opinion. What does it feel like to see Ollie Watkins so consistent, so grounded still as well as an Aston Villa fan, and to see him being that proper leader up front?
Yeah, I was gonna say like you're sort of missing probably a crucial part of that stat. But if you look at non-penalty goals, then I think he's like second on the list. He's
Mm.
above Salah and these guys because he's awful at taking penalties. Um,
Like me.
yeah,
You've seen my those or that penalties, and they're like recorded like three, four times in a row before I actually get it in the net. So it's not the same as Ollie Watkins,
wasn't that?
unfortunately.
But that's with an open goal, isn't it?
It's actually an open goal. We don't have a keeper there for that as well. I was like, take three, take four, take five. I need to get them better with my top bins. But
You
yeah,
look
carry on.
talented in those vids, man.
I look talented because it's like a 10-second video, but it's like recorded for 3, 4 minutes. I'm like, I've got to edit it down properly.
It's like anyone can look good on a YouTube clip, isn't it? It's like that.
Matthew knows all about that. Check out the Arsenal YouTube clip for when he advertised.
But yeah,
I'm
anyway, Ollie
getting
Watkins, like, clear main man for us. And even when he's not scoring, he's assisting, he's working so hard for the team. He's going to be a crucial part of us sort of trying to get Champions League. That we've had so many injuries, and if there's one position where we can't afford an injury, it's there because we don't even have a backup striker. Well, we do, but that's John Duran. He's 20 and he's injured as well. So injuries are probably going to cost us. I feel like if we didn't have the level of injuries we've had, like three ACLs and maybe four or five other key injuries, then we'd be in a title race. I'm not saying we'd win the title, but we'd still be in a title race. Um, but yeah, it is quite sad to see. Like I've never come across, three of your crucial players getting an ACL. I feel like Watkins definitely should go, obviously to the Euros, and he'll probably be back up to Kane, but he's something different to Harry Kane. And Southgate will obviously not play both of them together anyway. He probably won't even take Watkins because Tony's back and he hates Villa players. But
You'll go for Callum Wilson of all people, come back from injury one game, bring him in the squad. He does that. It's not a fan of Gareth Southgate in that way.
yeah, and there's going to be like two defensive mids playing in front of a back five and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I definitely think we can get Champions League. If we can get Champions League, we can push on. The only thing is, if we don't, we might have to sell like one of our key players just for FFP, which is obviously broken as well.
Leon
So yeah,
Bailey
so
to
it's.
Arsenal, that would be a great deal. That'd be a fantastic deal.
I mean, to be honest, I read today that Arsenal after Ollie Watkins, and I
Yeah, I
feel like
saw
the
that
only
as well.
thing, and for me, the only thing that Arsenal are missing is probably a 25 goal striker, 20 goal striker, and that could win him a title because. As much as I like Jesus, he's not that. I know Trossard's like another option, but I don't know, maybe Nketiah, he's the man. But the difference between like Man City and Arsenal, like I feel like Arsenal did so well last season, and they should have gone on to do it. But the difference between them and City, I don't know, like maybe was it more goals, maybe a better defense. I don't
Maybe
know,
it was
but
that number nine position as well, because Sarah mentioned a couple of weeks ago how Ivan Toney would be a really good signing for Arsenal in that number nine position. And Sarah, would you say that Ivan Toney or Ollie Watkins would be more of a preferred choice for Mikel Arteta's style of play? What would you think would be right for Arsenal going forward?
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, right now, I think Ollie Watkins' form is undeniable. And with Ivan Toney coming back from his 6 month ban, we kind of have to see how the rest of the season does for him. I mean, he came back and he scored. Like, he is that guy, it seems. But I'd say
mm,
until the season's over, then you can only compare. If he ends up scoring, to 10 or 12 goals until the end of the season, I'd say like, either or Mikel Arteta would be happier with. But I think overall right now you can't deny Ollie Watkins and what he's doing. And I completely agree that he isn't being talked about as much as some of these players for the bigger clubs, right?
Definitely. It's true. We've got a lot more to talk about over the season as it goes along, but it's good to see that Aston Villa are still competing within that top four race. At this time of speaking, that was a convincing win against Fulham,
Wait, can I
as
ask
well.
a question to Salim just about Aston Villa and making the top four? Because your
The
schedule is tough. Like your schedule
Conference League
was
coming
not.
soon.
I just looked at who you guys were playing, and you have to
Mm.
play City, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, Brighton, West Ham, Wolves. Like it's not good. How worried are you about schedule?
Well, I am worried, but we beat City and Arsenal in 1 week before, so I can't see why we can't do it again.
Mhm.
The way we outplayed Man City that day, if we can turn up like that, is difficult in this league. And I don't know, maybe we'll have to rotate a bit, try get, like there's players that haven't been playing too well, like Diaby's not been playing well lately. Ramsey's sort of just coming back. If we can sort of get them guys back and firing, then we can defo rotate and work something out between them. And there's a few kids as well, like, with Kamara out injured, we've got Irobianum there. So I don't know. I feel like us losing to United that day where we dominated them and should have won, that really opened it up. Because if it wasn't for that, then the top five would have probably just stayed the top five. I don't like Spurs couldn't have messed up that badly.
Spurs would have made a
But yeah,
DVD if they outplayed Man City the way you did that time as well. They would have created like a whole like parade the way that you outplayed Man City at home that time as well. But you outplayed Manchester United in such a big way that I thought, you know what, you should have really battered us. And like I said on the group chat at the time as well, when you kept Leon Bailey on Victor Lindelof, who's playing out of position at left
yeah.
back, you had us on toast and you should have beaten us. But I don't know if it was more cautiousness from Unai Emery that kind of cost you in that game as
I
well.
feel like Bailey was tired, but like talking about Watkins, the one thing that he's missing is like in that game he missed quite a few good chances. I feel like we had 10 shots on target. As much as his finishing has improved, he's still not on that sort of Haaland Kane level of finishing. And
Mm.
when he can get to there, he'll get 30 goals for us. He's on 13 at the moment, and I back him to get to 20. Or is it 14? I think he's on 13 or 14, but I back him to get to 20 goals. But the next step for him would be to get to 25, 30, and that's when you can sort of put him in near that world class Harry Kane, Haaland bracket. That's just me
Dusan
personally.
Vlahovic, Rasmus Højlund. Chris knows what I'm talking about right there.